Hello heroes, I'm Hope Williams, and today let's talk about error correction in the Magic Years classroom. In this video, we'll talk about the why, when, and how of error correction. Why is error correction so important? Chinese parents are obsessed with accuracy and idiomaticity. Did you know that word before just now? I don't think I had ever heard it, but it is a word, and it's one that the Beijing team used to explain to me so that I could explain to you how important error correction is to our Chinese parents. Accuracy. So accuracy has to do with correct pronunciation, very precisely correct pronunciation. And idiomaticity has to do with sounding like a native speaker. Chinese parents don't just want their children to be able to get by in English. They want them to pass as native speakers. This is why so many parents choose Magic Years. They know and expect that Magic Years teachers will correct their students with accurate pronunciation. And they know that their students will be immersed and corrected by someone who knows exactly what a native speaker should sound like. Chinese parents are not big fans of teachers skipping over corrections to save their students' feelings. So don't be afraid of hurting the students' feelings because you're correcting them. First of all, they're used to it. And second, their parents expect it. If you want to get good ratings from the parents, we must correct them as the parents expect us to. Parents will complain if students are not corrected enough. And Chinese students expect to be corrected. Now let's talk about when to correct the student. Correct the students on the Let's Practice page. This is when you see the two big boxes and you drag yourself up and the student beside you. Flower.
Flower.
On this page, we want to practice with the student at least twice. It isn't enough to hear the correct answer and go on. Let's say the word at least twice, even if the student says it correctly the first time. Go ahead and drill with that student, almost as you would with a student who needs correction. Specifically instruct them on the pronunciation of the word. If the word, for example, is bicycle, and the student says bicycle, rather than go on, practice it again in another way that stresses the pronunciation. Bicycle. Or by showing the mouth. Bicycle. For an onlooking parent who isn't certain about English pronunciation, when they see this action of saying the word carefully more than once, they will assume two things: that the teacher is listening to their child and that the child has been corrected if needed. It's what the parents are paying for when they choose Magic Years teachers and a Magic Years class. The parents in many cases know that they can't correct their own children sufficiently, and they are counting solely on our native speaking English teachers. So that's why we'll step up and we'll give them all the drill, all the pronunciation practice, all the correction making, all the listening on our part that we possibly can, so that the parents know that we've done everything that we could to correct their students. Secondly, for key sentences, have the students read the key sentences together to begin. However, you've probably noticed that you can't tell which students are saying the sentences correctly or incorrectly when they're all reading in unison. So, after having them read the sentence in unison, bring them up one at a time to listen to their sentences. Make sure to always correct the students' mistakes in these key sentences. Thirdly, always correct for any obvious pronunciation or grammar mistake. For example, if a student says he go to the store instead of he goes to the store, or if a student obviously mispronounces a word. Do you like gardens?
Yes, I like.
Yes, I do.
Yes, I'd like.
Yes, I do.
Yes, I do.
Very good. Great job. to perform error correction. If a student did not pronounce a word well, sometimes we're tempted to repeat that word again and listen. Repeat the word again and listen. However, if the student did not pronounce it well, there's something that they're not hearing. There's something about the word that they're not getting. So we'll have to identify for them where the mistake is occurring. For example, if the vocabulary word is 13, but the student says 30 or 30, then we wouldn't simply keep saying 13 and listening, 13 and listening. Even stressing 13 might not show the student exactly what they're mispronouncing. Plant,
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 plant.
plant,
So let's help them identify what part of the word they're having trouble with. When we're teaching a word with syllables, we can show them how the syllables are broken up. We can do this with our fingers, as in bicycle, with clapping, bicycle, or tapping, bicycle. Anything that will show how the syllables are divided. Never underestimate the power of breaking a word into syllables. This really helps pronunciation to click for a student. Another way to help them identify what part is a mistake is to tell them what part is wrong. We hesitate to do this sometimes, but Magic Ears has said they want us to identify for the student what part is incorrect. So if a student is saying 30 instead of 13, we can say T, no. Teen, yes. Crossing the fingers or the arms can indicate an X or this isn't right. Don't worry. Again, neither the students nor the parents will take offense when an error is pointed out. Feel free to use signs of no. We'll do it nicely, we'll do it sweetly, and we'll sandwich it in lots of praise. But we do need to show them which part of the word is incorrect. Plant.
plant,
Plant, no. Plant.
plant,
Plant, no. Plant.
plant.
Yes. Next, we will avoid saying good job until the student gets it right. If you're in the habit, like I am, of saying good job every time a student speaks, this will be a hard habit to break. But here's the thinking. If they hear the teacher saying good job, it interprets to them that we're saying you did it correctly. So we should avoid saying good job until the student gets it correct. We can use other ways to encourage them, like better. Let's keep practicing, we'll get it. Also, these phrases help the parent to know that you have not glossed over their students' mistakes, that you acknowledge them, and that you're working on them. Magic Ears parents want their students to be praised with good job once they've said the words or sentences correctly. So we may have to condition ourselves a little bit to using other forms of encouragement to make sure that the parent knows that we've caught the mistake.
Are they any flowers?
Okay, look, let's practice. There.
There.
Better. Let's try again. Are there?
Are they?
Are there?
Are there?
Good. Are there any?
Are they any?
Not they. Not they. There.
They.
There.
There.
Yes. Okay, let's try again. Are there any flowers?
Are they any flowers?
Nice try. Let's practice some more. When the student makes a mistake, it could be, as we mentioned, that they don't know which part is incorrect. It could be that they're hearing good job and thinking that they're doing it correctly. Or it could be that they hear what they're supposed to say, but they don't know how to form it with their mouth. That's when we as teachers will pull ourselves up onto the big screen to show them our mouth and our pronunciation, carefully demonstrating the syllable that the student needs help with. Teen. Show them your mouth. What mistake are they making? They're leaving off N. Let's show them N. N. Teen. Teen. So that's error correction. Remember, it's super important to the parents that their children speak correctly and natively. They will not be hurt or offended when we correct their students. On the contrary, if we only have them practice a word once, they may think that we aren't correcting them at all. Practice with them more than once and draw attention to specific things that can improve or enhance the pronunciation. Always correct in the let's practice section, the key sentences, and anytime there's an obvious mistake. And finally, use the tools that we have to make sure that the students know when they're making a mistake, what it is, and how to correct it. This information provided by the Beijing team was very helpful for me, and we hope it will be helpful for all of our Magic Ears teachers. Let's continue the conversation. What is the most difficult part about error correction? Leave us your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching. See you next time. If you haven't already subscribed to our YouTube channel, please click Bonnie to subscribe and check out this next video we have for you.